very important to realize that black and white thinking has nothing to do with reality in every topic. And it's also the topic of Jews in Poland. So very often this issue is being used, it feels like it's being used to build a narrative, specific narrative, to justify some choices or to make the world look more black and white, which is easier to, just to see it, to grasp it. Poland is this dark, bloody cemetery with all the Jews that died and all the darkest parts of Jewish history that we have to remember in order to never let it happen again, to keep as far away as possible, and to build the now and the future, which can only happen far away from here. And it's, I understand where it came from, and I understand that this narrative was very useful for some time, but not anymore. It's just very destructive, and it somehow erases the Jewish presence here after the war. And also it makes us here feel treated as those crazy people, crazy people, not letting us decide for ourselves. If you can choose and decide that this is the way you want to live your Jewish life, let us decide. I think it's very important to realize that it's a kind of a narrative. It's based on facts, of course, because the Holocaust happened and there were millions of Jews here, and they're not here anymore. There is anti-Semitism, and there was huge anti-Semitism. It's all true, but it's not the whole picture, and it's just important to remember that we have a right to be here, and that Poland also as a country is diverse, and that very often we see it, we the Jews, we see it only from the other side. When other people say things, the Jews are, no, something. You say, oh no, this is racist, that you can say that thing. You can generalize like this. But how often you hear the Jewish world do exactly the same thing about other nations? It's just, something to process inside and just make sure you don't do things you don't like being done to you, and just also come and visit. See it yourself. It's, you don't need a bodyguard. The issue of security is something that I don't think we can feel comfortable anywhere. There's no such thing as offering security to the Jews, wherever the Jews are, and offering security to human beings. I mean, the world is a dangerous place, and it depends on time in history. And of course, for Jews especially, because we see it in the history. But I don't know. I feel secure here. Personally, I feel more secure here than in Israel. Not mentally, but physically. I don't know. There might come a time that it will be, time to leave. Very often I think about it, that I won't notice it, that I won't catch the moment, because this is what happened. And I'm not saying that there might be, there's repetition of history someday, I don't know. But today I don't feel a danger like this, especially in Poland. I know that I have friends in Hungary. It's a totally different feeling. And you can, debate on why in Poland it's different and for how long. And I wouldn't be sure of anything forever. But now, I also think that the Jews, it's not a monolith. There are so many kinds of Jews and so many ways, and I would never build a narrative that involves all the Jews, that all the Jews should do something, because if you want, leave. If you feel like it's important to be together in quantity, like to be part of a big Jewish community, then it's not Poland, because we don't have the numbers and we won't have. It's not, whenever I hear the rebirth of Jewish community in Poland, sometimes it feels like it's a little bit inaccurate, because it's not a rebirth in terms of like we're recreating what used to be here. It's totally new quality, something different, and it's never going to be like it used to be. There's something being born here because of the need of the people, and who knows what's going to happen with it. I mean, it might be that it's only for this group of kids and it will be forgotten, but it might be, and it's more likely, that those kids will remember it and they will teach it to their kids, and we will teach it during the summer camp to another generations, and it will become just a, part of Jewish culture, something that is just invented now. So, yeah, this example defines in a big way what's the purpose, I guess, of what we're doing. And another thing, connecting this divided community, not pushing it to connect on every level, but actually that you can stay whoever you are, and you can keep praying in your own way, but that there will be moments and there will be things that you can do actually together, because you're Jewish, because you're from here.